Hey y'all, how we doing? Patrick from Vetted here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm sure you've seen the thumbnail and the title. And yes, this is interesting. So I thought I would talk about an interesting tweet that John Greenewald Jr. from the Blackvault tweeted out. And it is just interesting. It kind of uncovers a deeper problem, if you ask me. So let's dig in and see what this is about. Before we jump in, really, if you like the video, please hit the like button. It definitely helps out a lot with the algorithm and us getting seen more. So, and if you really like us, leave a comment. And if you're a super fan, you'll subscribe. So thank you so much for all the support. We really do appreciate it. Really, y'all are the reason to do this. You know, you guys are the real heroes. I'm just a normal guy here in Texas, reporting on this stuff. So thank you guys for the support. All right, enough of that. Thank you. I don't want to waste more time there. So again, John Greenewald Jr., Blackvault.com. Let's read his tweet. NASA tried to hide my emails from me, but the attorneys on the inside said they couldn't. Wow. New files posting soon, but kudos to the attorneys who didn't want to circumvent our rights to see this. So what's all the hoopla about? Here's one of the emails. So it's from Paul Hertz. Now I'm going to go through all these names and show you more about them and everything. So let's read this email and then we'll jump in further. So again, it's from Paul Hertz at NASA and Nicola Fox at NASA. Subject forward, emails responsive to additional FOIAs, Freedom of Information Act. It says, Nikki, as you know, because our emails are involved, someone who runs a UFO and paranormal conspiracy website, www.theblackvault.com, we'll get back to that in a moment, has put in a FOIA request for our emails. The attached email from Heather Futrell will be released. It states quite clearly that Jared Leisner thinks that Jamie somebody may have seen a UFO. I have asked that this email be exempted, but the lawyers say there is no exemption that covers this. I know it was a joke, but I also worry, redacted, we need to remind our staff that NASA email and team chats are permanent records subject to FOIA and that jokes become scandals when taken out of context like this. Paul. P.S. I hope I am overreacting. That's interesting. So let's break this down a little bit. First of all, let's just acknowledge this first part of the email about who John is in the Blackvault, a UFO and paranormal conspiracy website. It just sounds like slanderous or, like putting him down. Like this is all he does, right? Paranormal conspiracy website. I mean, come on, right? That's not what John and the Blackvault is, right? So if you guys thought John was a government shill, well, look, he's not. Okay. But just the fact that they were trying to hide emails, public emails that we deserve to see, right? They want to decide. So think about what else they do like that, right? Again, this just opens up a can of worms, man, to be honest with you. So when they're saying this email, the attached email from Heather Futrell, which again, I don't have that. We only have this from John. It states quite clearly that Jared Leisner thinks that Jamie somebody may have seen a UFO. Right. And that they asked for the email to be exempted. I'm glad, like John said, I'm glad the lawyer stepped in and said no. But let's break this down. So who is Paul Hertz? Right here. Paul Hertz. He was named director of the Astrophysics Division in the Science Mission Directorate at NASA in March 2012. Right here. There he is. The senior advisor provides leadership and coordination of a variety of science issues at the direction of the associate administrator. Prior to his appointment as senior advisor, Dr. Hertz served as director of the Astrophysics Division and the Science Mission Director at NASA for over 10 years, making him the longest-serving director of astrophysics in NASA's history. Under his leadership, NASA launched the James Webb Space Telescope, began development of the Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope, continued launching Explorer missions, including NuSTAR, NICER, and TESS, and initiated the Pioneers Astrophysics Small-Sat program. So again, I'll put a link in the description so you can find this as well and read more about him. And he's got a Wikipedia. You'll be able to see that there too. So I'll put links to all this stuff. All right. So and then Nicola Fox. So who is that? May have seen her at the press conference for NASA recently, but she's an associate administrator of NASA's Science Mission Directorate, right? So right here, if we go to her Wikipedia, appointed to the position in February 2023. She is therefore NASA's head of science. Interesting. She was previously the director of NASA's Heliophysics Science Division, right? So again, I'll put links to all of this about, these people. She's got a NASA page as well here. You can read more about her. Looks like a sweet lady. And Heather Futrell, I didn't look that up. Let me look that up real quick. I looked up everyone else. Heather Futrell. Chemistry tutor. Not sure who she is exactly. I don't know if that's her. Let's put NASA. Heather M. Futrell. Here we go. General Engineering, NASA. Headquarters, National Aeronautics and Space shows held a job from 2020 to 2022. So here we go. NASA Heliophysics Division. Heather Futrell. Right there. And we'll be getting to that in a moment. Let's go back to the tweet. Okay, so the attached email from Heather Futrell will be released. Curious to see that. It states quite clearly that Jared Leisner thinks that JB somebody may have seen a UFO. So who is Jared Leisner? Right here. This is what I found. Geospace Dynamics Constellation Mission Interdisciplinary Scientist, Jared Leisner, and it's got an email right there for him. He is in the heliophysics program. So there's the connection to Heather. And you say, what is heliophysics? Right here. What is heliophysics? Heliophysics is the integrated study of the sun, its planets, and space environment as a dynamic system. It focuses on the sun's turbulent magnetic activity and its effects on the upper atmosphere of Earth, as well as on other solar system planets and the surrounding heliosphere. So that's what that is. And it's just very interesting. Right? So Jamie somebody, they clearly don't use the name, and I'm curious what this redaction is. So Jamie somebody may have seen a UFO, and they're saying that was a joke. What was the joke they claim was taken out of context? I guess we'll find out. So what do you guys think? Is there something nefarious here going on? Was it a simple joke they made and they're just trying to cover it so that people don't take it seriously? Why are they trying to prevent some things from going out and others not, right? Why would they get to decide what goes out in a FOIA and not, right? You see, when you have a government email, right, like that all government phone, right, all of that is public. And I get it. You might just forget that. You're emailing back and forth. Nobody ever looks into it, and you do it, right? So, yeah, that's quite interesting. But I think the biggest story here is that them trying to ask if they can make that email exempt, but the lawyers say there is no exemption that covers this, right? So clearly there are some exemptions, but not this, just because you made a joke and you don't want it to get out. So yeah, curious what everyone's going to say in the comments, what they think about this. I'll follow up next week from John and see what more gets released and what exactly was it they're trying to hide. So I'm curious to hear all of y'all's opinions on this. I personally, I don't know if it's that nefarious per se, but it does just speak to a bigger problem about transparency and disclosure, right? Are there other things like that that they're just trying to hide, or they have, you know? It makes it complicated when these kind of emails go out. And they know, like, this email will go out, right? Like, as you're writing it, you're trying to write to somebody knowing that that's going out. It's like you're covering up, right? Like if your phone was being tapped, you're being investigated by the FBI or something. And on that tapped phone, you're trying to tell somebody the phone's tapped and be careful what you say. You know, that's kind of what it's just weird. It's just weird. Again, I'm not saying anything nefarious. These people that we looked up, Paul, Nicola, right? They look like good, decent people who are just trying to do some work. I doubt they're trying to do anything crazy. These people are just like science nerds, right? Into the science stuff, man. Heliophysics and stuff, right? Like, I personally don't think it's anything too crazy. But again, I'm going to put links to all of these, you know, pages I'm looking at and whatever, and you guys can look further and see if there's anything else that, you know, strikes your fancy. But looking forward to the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Check out the other videos I posted this week if you haven't seen them. Jeremy Corbell's tweet about some new UFO laws. What else did we put up? An update on the Mexican aliens, right? They did a medical live stream, and I did some on that. Did some translating for y'all. I'm bilingual, okay? I speak Spanish as well. So was able to translate some things from that. It's quite interesting. Definitely check that out. And I also put out an email or a video yesterday about Lou Elizondo and a top secret project and all this stuff. Great responses. Happy to read all the comments. Curious where that's going to go. So yeah, thank you guys again for listening and watching. We'll see you on the next video of Vetted. I'm Patrick. Have a great Friday, y'all. Enjoy it. Every day's a gift. Peace.